today?
Hi.
Great, nice to talk to you.
It is great to talk to the both of you. First and foremost, I know that Pinhead is out here killing people and torturing everyone, but Pinhead was slaying this entire film. I just wanted to say that, both figuratively and literally, I was here for every single moment of it. So thank you.
Thank you.
But I mean, Jamie, I guess my first question is for you, like being able to play Pinhead, okay, being able to play the priest, like what were some of the fears that you had before going on set, before actually starting this project?
Oh, well, my biggest fear was, stepping into this like iconic role. I talked to my therapist even, like during the audition process, about like what it would mean if I took this, but one of the reasons why, they wanted to cast a woman in the role was to sort of, take the burden off the audience of comparing the performances, and I hope, that my performance is different enough and unique enough and that people like it, that they will appreciate what we've done. I mean, David is incredible and the story is incredible. And I mean, I really like it. When I saw it, I was completely blown away. But I've been so anxious for months, like so worried. So I'm happy you like it. Thank you.
There's no need for you to worry, okay? You killed it. Just ease your fears, okay?
Okay.
But I mean, David, for you, like this is an iconic like franchise of films. And even seeing it, I was like, it's so pretty. Like I know this is a horror movie, but it just looks absolutely beautiful. And I wanted to know for you, like this is really a reimagining of these films, of the books that it's based on. I want to know for you, like, what was that rewarding experience? Like, what was the first thing that happened when you were on set to be like, okay, I'm really doing this. This is real life right now.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, 100% it's the performances. It's seeing our actors, get in front of the lens and start to live it. And you see that on the monitor and you get these brief glimpses of what it can be, but you're also terrified, but it's terrifying to make any movie because it's such a leap of faith. And when it exists in all these different abstract parts and then it has to come together very quickly in a very, very collaborative way. It's those moments where you really see it, and to see Jamie in the makeup, Her Majesty with all her regality, really, really owning it and having a drop-in moment, I think that's, you can feel it on set, and when I have crew members just falling into a hush and I can turn around from the monitor and people's eyes are huge and wide, like you're doing something, that there's magic, and then it's just up to us to keep going and find the narrative.
But one of the things that I really enjoy about this film is I like this idea, if you pay attention to the story, that are the decisions that we make, it doesn't just impact us. It has so many like ramifications for the people around us. And especially in a time where, as society, we've been very selfish. I wanted to know about the importance of including that in the film, but more importantly for the both of you, has that changed how you view, the actions that you make in the world? Has it changed the impact that that you might have on someone close to you?
Great question. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that you're great. Yes. I mean, well, so when I read the script, it was, Ben and Luke did such an amazing job with David's story, David Esquire. But Ben and Luke are so great, and they've been working with David Bruckner for, on past projects as well. But the story was so compelling to me, and it was so interesting, this character struggling with addiction, and then the choices that she was making and how those were impacting all the people around her, and then also that outside forces that are manipulating her, to do things that she necessarily might not have done if this person hadn't coerced her into doing them. And it's all of those things that we encounter on a daily basis. I mean, for me and in my life, I mean, I've been in therapy for so long, and just, being trans and being a woman and trying to navigate the world in that way. I'm very aware of, just how my existence can disrupt, other people's ideas and opinions and things like that. But I'm always very aware of my decisions and how, they affect, not just me, but the people around me. Especially, I think even more since I started acting, like every decision that I make, especially within my career, sort of it's like a choose your own adventure, with every role that I take, it's like, where is it going to go next? And so when this came, I didn't think that I would get it, first of all. And then when I did, I wanted nothing more than to do it once I met David and had the audition process with him. But yes, but yeah, I think about my decisions and how they're going to affect me and the people around me and my future and the environment and my anxiety. Yeah, I think about that a lot.
I just say that, we found an addiction thread in the material. And, if the original movie may be a bit more about confronting forbidden desires, I think one thing that we found in this was about the consequence of losing yourself too much in the things that delight you, and we like to say of the main character, Riley, that she's drawn to all shiny objects, whether they be the character Trevor, a couple pills that she found in her trunk, or a bright shiny puzzle box. That all of these things are the things that relieve her of the burden and the responsibility of life, and that's the tension of the story in some ways. And so, Jamie as the priest is there to push her to go farther in those temptations. And so that's a lot of what we were exploring. And on the topic of addiction, it's not something that's unfamiliar to me and the people in my life. And you're always just trying to find that some real tension that you have experience with and put that in the story, and where horror is concerned, it gives you the opportunity to explore ideas and feelings as difficult as they may be beyond survival beats. And so guilt and responsibility, and that's something that we played with quite a bit.
Look, I just want to thank the both of you so much for speaking with me today. Thank you for scaring me at 2:00 in the morning watching this. And I'm just sending nothing but love and light both your ways. I really hope you have an amazing day.
Sharonda, thank you.
Thank you. How are both of you doing today?
Hey, Sharonda, how are you?
I'm doing
Love
good.
the nails.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, I'm trying to.
With the nails with the background. That's
trying
so
to be in
cool.
the next movie, okay? My nails could probably.
Right. You're the next Cenobite, girl. You're gonna be our new Cenobite.
But look, I know this is supposed to be a horror movie, but I feel like everything is a need a therapy session. And one of the things that I really loved about this film is it really teaches you that the choices you make not only affect yourself, but it can affect so many other people. So I wanted to know, for the both of you, after participating in this, has that really changed like the effect that you have on people? Has that changed how you think about your actions and how that can really affect someone else's life?
Yeah, it's obviously heightened. So, obviously the choices we make don't bring out some interdimensional beings to kind of kill you and everyone you love. But, the metaphor behind it is definitely the same. It's like your actions for sure affect the people. Trying to remain close to people in your life and your loved ones and people who care about you and want the best for you. I was definitely calling my mom a lot more while shooting, like, I love you. I'm terrified. But yeah, absolutely. I think they nailed those themes down for sure.
Yeah, I think like a huge part of it for me was like I think kind of reaffirming how much I like love movie making. I know like maybe that doesn't exactly have to do with like the theme of the movie, but I just like being in this atmosphere and being with like Drew and Odessa and like Serbia and kind of it just being us, like it really kind of just reaffirmed how much I like love doing this and getting to like really do it as though maybe we were in an 80s horror film with all these practical effects and everything. So I think it's something that I still think about as just one of the most fun experiences I think I've ever had making anything. So yeah, I still I still keep that with me here, here. Yeah.
You know what? I was also excited about your character because we don't get enough queer representation in horror films. And I was side-eyeing at first, like, y'all better do right by him in this movie.
Thank you.
So how was it actually like playing a character that gets to have depth and just exists within the world instead of checking a box?
I mean, dude, you should have seen me when I finally got the script, when we closed the deal and everything. I was just crying because I was just like, I was so like overwhelmed. I just love horror in general. And then to like also see like that I was like, that it was like me that was going to be playing this role, that like, he's, logical, and he's like sort of the voice of reason, but also is like throughout the movie, like I was like, wow, this doesn't usually happen. Usually, we're sort of like made as a joke or like minstrelsy and then killed off within like a couple of scenes. And especially with horror, I think like it's exciting to see more and more films including us like in their depictions, because we're also such like voracious consumers of horror, like we really do like support and show up and show out. So it was just like a very overwhelming, like emotional experience getting to read the script and feel like I was getting to do this, So yeah, little Adam would be proud. Yes.
Look, I'm just happy I didn't have to fight nobody after your character. I just want to thank the both of you so much for taking time out of both of your days to speak with me. I appreciate you. I can't wait for everyone to be stressed out like I was watching this film. And I'm just sending love and light your ways. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharonda. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Hi, how are you doing?
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm energized. I'm on my, I think maybe 11th cup of coffee. So
I love that cup.
Here.
Look, I have to say that your character is probably like one of the only characters, or very rare characters, that I've seen actually have a good excuse on how she got into some mess for a horror movie. I was like, okay, this makes sense to me. Like
at the very end, then you're like, it was all this guy. Like,
but look, one of the things that I really love about this film, and we really get to see it through your character, is how, we spent the past couple of years thinking that our actions don't necessarily affect people, but we get to see in this film how it's the choices that we make that not only have implications for ourselves, but for those who are close to us, around us. And I wanted to know for you, like portraying this character, really delving deep into, who your character is and seeing the consequences that she's had to deal with. Has that changed like how you interact with your loved ones? Has it made you more aware about the choices that you make and how they can affect those around you?
I'm definitely aware that the choices I make affect my loved ones somewhat, but I don't think that I learned that through Riley. I feel like she still needs to learn that.
Okay. I'm here for this. Okay, she still got a couple more lessons that she needs to learn.
I think she definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Needs to learn a thing or two.
But I mean, delving into like these topics of addiction and how to really like find help within yourself. I mean, what would that preparation look like for this character? Like, not only are you representing someone that so many different people can relate to, like what type of preparation did you have to really bring her to life?
This one's always hard for me to answer because I don't really do that much prep work for a character, especially if I feel connected to them. If it's a different case, like if it's a biopic or something, then definitely need a prep. But I just kind of wanted to feel it out because I felt like I connected to Riley in some ways too. So I just kind of drew it from my experience and in my life and what I've been through, and I just hope that people will feel like I did a good job doing that for them, because I mean I watch it back and I'm like, oh God, what did I do? But I hope that people will like it.
I mean, so okay, so I like that you mentioned like if you already have a connection to some of these characters, is there a way that you kind of like decompress after finishing a role? Because this is kind of like a really heavy character. There's a lot of layers to her. Is there anything that you did to kind of decompress and kind of let her go after finishing this film?
No, then again, I don't really like to. It's weird because I do feel connected to my characters, but at the same time, I don't want to be like too connected to where it affects me in my personal life and like my happiness, because I just feel like I don't want to get into like a depressive hole. Been there, do not want to go back. And if I like really, really, really was like, I am Riley, then I would be probably dead right now. So I just try to keep it like separate. When I'm on set, when they say action, I'll be Riley. And when they say cut, I'm back to like me reading the lines and asking the director questions of specifics in the scene.
Okay, I'm here for setting boundaries for to protect your peace.
Yeah, protect, exactly. Protect, you gotta protect your soul.
Literally. Look, I just want to thank you so much. You look fabulous today. I just want to thank you for speaking.
You look fabulous. I like your beautiful hair and your background.
Thank you.
Look like you're kind of pinheading it yourself right now.
I just want to thank you so much for speaking with me, and I'm sending nothing but love and light your way. I hope you have a great day.
You too. Damn, next time I gotta figure out how to do a background like that so I can have Pinhead back here.
I got you next time. I got you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.
Hi, how are both of you doing today?
Good. How are you?
How are you?
I'm
Nice.
doing good. You know, I had to admire, you know, I still feel like Pinhead is very fashionable, even though Pinhead is killing everyone, but it's okay. I find both of your characters so fascinating because it's not just how we meet them. It made me think more of the backstory of both of your characters into how we find them in the predicaments that they are now in this film. And I wanted to know, for the both of you kind of preparing for these characters, is there a backstory that you kind of envision that makes your characters the way that they are in this film?
We've been talking a lot to David, our director, and we've been talking a lot about what was happening before and during Voight, for example, finding that box, because that's where everything starts happening with him. You know, he's the person who always was searching for something that was kind of intangible that he couldn't get, and this was the higher limit of senses that he was able to get through this box. And the backstory is pretty much shown in the movie, what's happening with Voight. So it was a little bit easier for me because we have the beginning, how he started with it. We have what's happening to him and how is he trying to fix the mistake that he did a few years back.
But Hiam, how about your character? How does your character become a lawyer for this evil man?
I think when she didn't know him. She didn't know that side of him, I would say. And I think if she turned her back to him, it's when she discovered. So I guess and she says it at one stage, you know, like that was the last thing I did for him, you know, mentioning something she's done for him. The character that I'm playing is a little bit more mysterious in that sense. Like, you don't know really much about her past and like her really relationship with him. But I think it's great to have it that way. You know, it's great to keep that mystery about her. I mean, I did find my own backstory talking to David, you know, that maybe she was in love with this guy at one stage, you know, like maybe they had an affair together. And once she started feeling that evil side of him, you know, or that greedy side, she just thought, oh, this is not for me anymore. So she walked away and she became sick. But, you know, I think this is really how much I've gone into her backstory. You know, like I didn't invent anything else, because I had to concentrate on what I had to show of her, you know.
Okay, but I still like that backstory. I'm gonna petition, can we get a prequel just to showcase that relationship before? I would totally be here for it. But I just want to thank the both of you for taking time out of your day to speak with me. I'm sending nothing but love and light both your ways, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you. Bye.